What's good, everybody? This is Casey from Internet Money, back with another video today. As you can probably hear in my voice, I'm really fucking sick, but the show must go on. The grind never stops. So, fuck it, we're gonna make a video anyway. And today the video is gonna be a cook up completely from scratch. Starting with making a melody from scratch, adding the drums, mixing, arranging it, all that stuff, mastering it by making everything louder. I'm gonna go through all those steps and show you, the process from scratch. If you're interested in that, I do that a lot on my Twitch channel. So if you don't already follow me on Twitch, you can see the purple banner below. Go follow me there. I stream like every other day for 2 to 4 hours. And I answer questions in the comments. And if people ask me to show them something, I'll do a little live tutorial, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check out my Twitch channel. That being said, let's start on this beat. I got Omnisphere open and ready to go, and we're just gonna go in here to the sampler channel and go to the piano roll. Also, you might notice real quick up here, I got a little thing that shows what shortcut I'm doing. If I hold control, you'll see it shows up. That's requested a lot, so there you go. Now I'm gonna go in here and find a scale. I'm just gonna stick with the minor scale, Aeolian, and make sure only one is unchecked, and now I can choose any key that I want. So I'm just gonna go with D, and I'm just gonna go up the keyboard and click all the notes starting from D all the way up, and then I'm gonna do Control A and stretch them out. And a lot of people ask, how do you show the key labels? So if you just go into view and you go to key labels, make sure it's on all notes, because some people's is on root notes or whatever and it looks like that. I get asked that every single video I do, so make sure you go and click all notes. Alright, so now we got our scale. We can go into our Omnisphere. You can see the ghost channels highlighted. Now I've showed this in a lot of videos, so I'm not going to go through it in this one. I'm going to kind of breeze past how to build the chords, but if you're interested, I do have some videos on it on the Internet Money channel. So I'm in my Influx Omnisphere preset bank, and I'm just going to start with maybe like a pad. And now we're just going to go into the piano roll of Omnisphere, and we're going to build some chords. So I know that my root note is D, so I'm going to start. Ooh. So if that happens, make sure you go to here and do none, or you can do Shift N, same thing. Alright, now I'm just going to build a little progression using bass notes to figure out how I want it to go, and then I'll fill in the chords up above it. One thing I want to do is the D is the tonic, and it's the 1. So a lot of chord progressions use the 5 and the 6 and the 1. So instead of starting on the tonic, I'm actually going to start on the 6 or the 5, depending on what sounds better. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for my people that know music theory, this is going from the 6 to the 4 to the 5th to the 1. And that's how this progression is going to go. But basically what I did is the D is the 1, then you count up every highlighted note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's where I'm getting those numbers. So here's how the basic triad chords are going to sound in this progression. We're going to change the preset. Alright, that sounds cool. So really quickly, I'm going to highlight all the bottom notes. I'm going to do Control C to copy, Control down arrow, and then Control V to paste it. So now we have another layer down below that is the bass notes. Alright, so now we have a progression. Now we can kind of mess with some inversions. like I always say, you want to imagine a real piano player playing this, and you want his fingers to have to move as little as possible. You don't want him stretching too far to reach the next chord. So we want to make it easy for him. So we're just going to move some notes up so they're closer, like this. And we could even move this one up. We'll see how it sounds. We'll just kind of experiment. Okay, I like how that sounds. Real quick, let's just see how it sounds like this. Probably sounds too flat, not enough character to it. Not too bad, but I'm gonna leave it down. Might bring this one back down. Let's try it like this. Okay, I like it like that. The other thing we can do to add more flavor is we can add some more complexity to the chords. So I can make a 7th chord or a 9th chord. So I'm just gonna experiment with that. That adds a little bit more flavor. The 9th chord is probably gonna be too much. We can try it. Yeah, I don't like it. So we're just gonna keep it with the 7ths. And instead of doing the full 7th chord, I'm just having this one come in halfway just to give it a little different accent. So yeah. I like how that feels, so I'm just gonna duplicate it over. So it's twice as long. Pause, and now we can add a little melody up top, and we're gonna drag that to a different pattern after. Alright, so now we got a full progression, full melody done. I'm going to speed up the tempo. Let's try 162. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this melody that I added. I'm going to do Control X to cut it. And now I'm going to duplicate this Omnisphere instance, and I'm going to add it as another layer instead of just doing it in the same sound. So I'm going to do Control V to paste it. And I'm going to put a note at the end here and do Control L to stretch them all out so they're touching each other. And now we can find a new preset that'll work with this. So I'm going to go back to my influx. And let's try maybe one of these flutes. Alright, so now we can get rid of this sampler channel, and now we can actually change the scale of our chords if we want. So I'm going to try to pitch it 3 semitones down. Same with this, 1, 2, 3. And let's see if that changes the vibe a little bit. Alright, cool. We got the chords down, all that kind of stuff. I can get rid of the sampler channel. We don't need it anymore. So now let's build some drums. I'm going to go into my Parallels Volume 2 kit and just find some drums from there. And let's keep building the beat. Alright, we got the hi-hat down. Let's go ahead and add a clap. Alright, really quick, I'm going to add these all to mixer channels. So I want to make sure my 808's tuned perfectly, so I'm going to open new tone. Where is it? And then I'm going to drag the 808 in like this, and I'm going to center it so it's actually tuned to C sharp. Drag it back in, right click on C sharp. Now it'll be perfectly in tune with the chords of my progression. Okay, now we can mix everything. So I'm just going to throw a fruity limiter onto my master just to bring the volume up. Turn all the envelope settings down because we're using it as a master limiter, so we don't need attack and release and all that. And then I'm just gonna turn the gain up like this. And it's gonna sound bad because everything's not mixed yet, so I'm gonna go through and solo each instrument and kind of level it how I want. Okay, cool, we got all that done. Now we can go ahead and arrange it. I'm just gonna right click pattern 1, split by channel, and I'm gonna drag all these in like this. Now we're just gonna work on the arrangement. So usually I just like to do that and then cut out the parts I don't want. So I'm just gonna listen to this and kind of arrange it as I hear it. Alright, then we're just going to copy and paste that. We're going to have it end around here and then just have it right out with the melody at the end. And now I'm just going to think of some ways I can switch it up. So I think in the intro, I'm going to make this unique and I'm going to move it down 1 octave so it sounds like this. And then another thing, if you don't want to use Fruity Limiter and you have Ozone, I like to use Ozone 5. You can basically do the same thing I just did with the limiter, but you can just turn on the maximizer, don't use a preset or nothing. And then you just want to pull this down a little bit and put the margin at 0.1 or 0.2, whatever you prefer, and then pull this down like this. Final little touch, we're just gonna right click this fader and do create automation clip, and then we're just gonna right click here and do copy value, and then we're just gonna have this kind of fade out quickly and pull it so it looks like that, and then it fades out like this. So there you have it. There's a quick little cook up from scratch, everything done from scratch. So I hope you guys appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't have any artists in mind, so let me know in the comments who you think you hear on it, and let's get it. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next video.